Islands. So welcome in. My name is Rebecca. If you are, is this anybody's first sound bath? That's perfect. So, I will play my name is Rebecca. I've been doing this for about a decade. I'll play a series of bowls, chimes, and gongs to help flow you down into a meditative state. You'll feel my big size 10 feet walking around the room, playing the bowls that are all about you. If it feels like I'm hovering directly over you with a bowl, that's because I am. You may hear me shifting the bowls around with my feet, trying to get optimal angles. I'll also play my big crystal singing bowls. Help vibrate the blood going through your body. I'll play a big gong, some chimes, then we'll sit up, we'll have a rose quartz margarita, a piece of local chocolate, and set some stuff on fire, and then you'll float out of here. Sound all right? Who's like, I'm falling asleep. Oh, you said margarita and fire. Okay, I'm back. All right, my darlings. So everybody's asking, this is our beautiful pomegranate grid, just kind of a nice crystal grid to gaze upon. We always use different ones. This one is meant to, again, give us that sort of vitality, that grounding, that earthing. We're at the tail end of Scorpio season. Tail end, get a tail? So we're at the tail end of Scorpio season. We're coming into Sagittarius season if you are into astrology. So Scorpio season, very emotional, very watery, a lot of wishing around. So we're finally very excited to be coming into Sagittarius. A little bit more bow and arrow, a little bit more focus. So coming more into that fire. So as you're laying down, sort of just thinking about drinking up this river of pomegranate juice as you're coming back down into this fiery vitality, just letting it purify you, letting yourself drink it all in, getting ready to club your relatives, all of the good things, feeling all those blessings, feeling all that gratitude, but also recognizing that as we come into the holidays, there's a lot going on. So just taking this hour to soak it all in and let all of that yumminess flow through you. You guys all have your meditation sets, so you can unroll those completely. Our body temperatures do drop a few degrees as we get down into state, so you may want to open those up like a little sleeping bag and nestle into them. That black meditation cushion, I highly recommend placing under your knees to take some pressure off your low back. You do not have to use it. If you prefer to lay on your side and you want to switch positions, you're welcome to. Some people do get very relaxed in here, and so I give you all permission, whether you know your neighbor or not. If your neighbor is snoring to a degree that is upsetting your experience, I give you permission to give your neighbor a nice little nudge on the shoulder to gently let them know. Oh, are we all having a margarita? Is anyone having a raspberry lemonade? Like, no, we're here to party. All right. So, all right, my darlings. You guys all have an eye mask. If you would like to block out the light, you do not have to use it, but it helps with visuals. Some people see shapes and colors. Some people have connection to ancestry, inner child, future self, all kinds of cool stuff. Some people don't see anything and just get a nice deep recharge. That's totally fine too. I'll do a few rounds of breathing to help pull you down into state, and then I promise I will stop talking. Any questions for me? All right, my darling. Yes, so your crystals, you can put those on in your hands, you can put them on your throat, under your sacrum, on your chest, on your stomach, anywhere. Oh, phones, please, on airplane mode, on silent, not on vibrate, please. We'll do a few rounds of parasympathetic breathing to get nice and deep down into state. So just beginning to feel yourself sinking down into the cushions. Beginning to take a nice deep inhale and a nice deep exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Deep inhale. Beginning to let your eyebrows unfurl. Beginning to let your jaw unclench. Just beginning to let your whole body sink down. We'll do that 4 count breathing. So inhaling to 4, holding, inhaling to 8, holding, exhaling to 4, and exhaling all the way. I'll walk you through it. So just begin to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Inhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Inhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale. 2, 3. Exhale. 5, 6, 7, 8. Begin to take a nice deep inhale. Gently begin to bring some awareness back into your breath. Beginning to feel those powerful vibrations going through your fingertips and through your toes. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Beginning to let your wrists and ankles turn Letting your knees curl in towards your chest. Giving your knees a nice squeeze. Getting a nice back stretch. Maybe rocking from side to side. Alternating knees. Whatever feels good. And as you're ready, beginning to release your knees as you roll off onto one side. Rolling off onto one side entirely. Letting your knees curl in. Letting your elbows tuck in. And just resting here for a moment. Taking a nice deep inhale and a nice deep exhale. Feeling all those vibrations moving through your body. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Letting any natural releasing that needs to happen. Letting all that coughing go. Letting all that energy out. Letting all that release happen. Letting all that pent up bullshit go pouring right out of you. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Feeling that swirling fire in your belly. Feeling that lightness in your soul. Feeling your wings beginning to expand like a beautiful dragonfly or a fairy. Feeling that lightness of spirit dancing all about. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep, glorious exhale. Feeling all that freedom, all that prancing. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Feeling all that release of spirit. If they don't like what you have to say, don't listen. If they don't like what you're wearing, don't look. If they don't like what you're doing, tell them to fuck off. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep, free exhale. Two more just like this. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep, free exhale. And last breath here. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep exhale. On your next inhale, the lightness of spirit, letting your wings begin to lift you up. Gently, slowly press yourself to a comfortable seated position. Letting your eye mask fall away if you wish, but letting your eyes be closed if they are. Sitting up nice and tall. Feeling your spine grow tall. Feeling your navel moving towards your spine, your shoulder blades lift up and roll back. Feeling your heart shine forward as your chin comes level. Feeling as though you have a string moving from the top of your head up towards the heavens. Taking a nice deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep, liberating exhale. Feeling that freedom, feeling that rebellion from the tip of your tongue to the tips of your toes, to the tips of your tits. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep exhale. And last beautiful freeing breath. Deep, deep, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Begin to very slowly, gently let your eyes flutter open, becoming aware of the sounds in the room, of your bowls, of your neighbors, of your crystals, drinking in that flame at the center of the room. So I will give you all a moment to write something in our journals, where you went, what you saw, what you released, and what you found. And while you are journeying in your journals, I shall, as always, be journeying to the kitchen to get
I don't really know what I was expecting, but that was not it. Yeah, I had a ton of rage when it was so loud. It was like I was just feeling this rage. And then the wind chimes, sounded like the wind chimes. I felt like I was like out in my mom's yard. It was weird. It's so what I was.
Everybody experiences something different, for sure.
But it might be, it might kind of be that you needed to release them. You know, you didn't have
Totally,
rage,
Yeah.
and it was bringing it out to experience it, to like process it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I was envisioning my dad and my mom during that whole time. Get all out. What is today's date?
The 20th.
20th.
Not like a head duty.
All right, my little rebels, my very famous rose quartz crystal margaritas, rose quartz crystal infused tequila with rose quartz whiskey stones, rose water, blood orange juice, lavender mint simple syrup, raspberry lemonade, organic raspberry lemonade, sealed with a honey sea salt kiss to support our bees. Please do also grab a rose quartz sphere to hold on to while you imbibe this. Rose quartz, the stone of unconditional love, and spheres constantly turning, no sharp corners or edges. And by the time everybody gets their hands on these, they are nice and clear, and they have a drink in their hand. So this is literally just a ball of happiness and joy. Also really nice to rub on your heart chakra, anywhere that's gotten a little extra opening. I'm also going to pass around some chocolate, a little white and dark Belgian chocolate with sprinkles and popping candy. Grab one of those from small local woman-owned business Bain Candy here in Nashville. It is served on a tile by Masood Taj, an Iranian immigrant living here in Nashville, supporting small local immigrant artisan work. Drink and rose jelly, yes, of course. And it is gluten-free, but it does contain dairy and pop rocks. So if it pops in your mouth, that is normal.
And Pop Rocks?
And pop rocks, there are pop rocks in it.
That's fun.
So cheers, darlings.
Cheers.
You all also have a pack of rolling papers. I don't have anything for you to put in them. Sorry about that. It's not that kind of party. But if you would like to write down something you would like to call into existence, that could be a new car, enlightenment, something in between those big extremes. And then we are going to set it on fire.
I'm thinking out.
Oh, okay. Let me get you a new pack.
It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure they're not in here.
I think I'm out too.
Oh, all right.
You got that one.
Oh, you do? Thank you. You know, we've been like sort of sequence. Well, yeah, but
I'm here.
Put
Okay.
a new one in
All
there
right.
anyway. I know we put them all out kind of at the same time, so then. Perfect, thank you. They sort of go out, sort of like your skincare, like you buy everything at once and then it goes out all at once, and you're like, damn it.
Mhm.
What are we supposed to write on there?
Anything you would like to call in. So that could be a new career, maybe it's a puppy, maybe it's something, maybe it's personal power, maybe it's reclaiming your voice. Maybe it's just a new pair of shoes. Once you have finished writing, make sure that your fingertips are nice and dry. We do all have a drink in our hand, so the paper has a tendency to stick. So make sure that your fingertips are nice and dry. Hold this by one corner. You're going to burn this sideways horizontally. As soon as it catches, do drop it in. For all of my pyros out there, I'm on the drop it, drop it. There's always one. Okay, so nice and sideways. As soon as it catches, drop it in. Watch that flame burn up completely, nice and healthy for your eyes. Tritaka candle gazing. Anytime we can spend time gazing at the sunrise, sunset, or open flame, really healthy for our vision. We spend a lot of time on computers. Yes. So I do have a 5-minute Tritaka candle gazing on my YouTube. It's like 10 years old. I'm much thinner. That's okay. No body shame. Anyway, so once that is finished burning, it lets off a beautiful smoke. You can let that waft over you. This is organic hemp paper, so totally fine to breathe in. If your paper does not burn up all the way, that's all right. That's why we do this in groups. Someone else will finish burning it because that is life. Sometimes you're pushing someone up the mountain and sometimes they are pushing you. As long as it's a nice even push-pull, fantastic. If you're always pushing the other person up the mountain, go ahead, push that fucker over the mountain.
I just need you as a life coach.
Find a new person, place, or thing to pull its weight. Welcome to Meditation with Rebecca. We drink and we curse. So I shall come around. Interestingly enough, you did have a little bit of cutting that needed to happen. I was coming by and sort of gently trying to scoot you out of your little web of let your dragonfly wings go. And just as I did that, you put your arm up and you have scissors on your arm. Are those scissors? Yeah. And as I looked at the scissors, I was like, all right, help me out. And I swear to God, you went like this. And I was like,
Wow.
it was really cool. And stuff, I mean, it was so cool. I mean, and I just, because you went, I was working on it and then you lifted your arm up and I was like, are those scissors while I'm trying to do that? And then as I was doing that, I was like, well, help me out. And you, as soon as I thought it in my mind, you went like this. It was crazy. So we nuzzled you out of whatever web of lies and into a web of beautiful creative network. So just letting those dragonfly wings.
Yeah, I felt something, I'll tell
Yeah.
you. That's for sure.
And drop. And yes, anytime you can drink in that flame, so good for you, especially first thing in the morning when you're first getting up, sort of letting it warm your soul and just sort of drinking it in. Really good.
Fizzled out.
You're my perfectionist.
Then I'm working.
You're good.
Yeah, that's
You're good. We've had rowdier groups then.
Did anyone fall asleep?
I didn't, but I usually do. About
I was all
80%
up in my
time.
head. So.
Yeah.
I will sure focus on my fire in the mornings and stuff. I didn't know that.
All right, my darlings. So that is our session. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. Namaste.
Thank you.
Very, very awesome session. I will give you a few minutes to sit, enjoy your beverages, chat whenever you are finished. Your basically anything I handed you, your margarita glass. So anything that was in that acrylic container will go back in there. Anything I handed you will go around the corner back on my tray. So margarita glasses, crystals, all that kind of good stuff, papers. But take your time. I highly recommend taking a picture of your journal entries. You did hopefully enter a deep, lucid dreaming state. And so going and Googling in a dream dictionary what you saw will help give you a good insight into your subconscious. So we'll take a group photo if it is all right with you, ladies.
I'm scared to Google it.
Maybe somebody else will Google it. You can just tell them. You can just say something, and then somebody else will. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Beautiful. And we do this 3 times a week, so I will be gone. But when I come back, we do this Thursdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. and Friday mornings at 11 a.m. And then you can always book a private party or a group session or anything anything like that. And they are not, I don't always curse at my clients.
Yes,
Amy,
you do.
not every time. There's sometimes I'm like, we're little lambs. We're little spring lambs in the forest. I feel like we're pink starbursts.
Lamb that from us.
Well,
I'm
it's
nervous.
times of year. It's times of year. And also, I did it with my group. I didn't yell at you guys as nearly as bad as my group this morning because they were all like 20-year-old teeny boppers. And they were so in their head and self-stimming and like all this. And I had to be like out of your head into your chest. And I literally had to tell them to gently like beat their chest at the end, not beat, but tap on their chest so they would get back into their bodies because there's such a TikTok generation that they could not. And I had to be like, and I kept saying out of your heads, into your back. Like I had to keep like pulling them back. So, but I do always say fuck at least once. But in terms of like cursing it at you guys at the end, it's sometimes we're lambs, sometimes we're floating on the ocean. Come on, Amy.
That's true.
Come on. Yes. But I am the hot chicken of soundbath. So I'm not here to lull you to sleep. I'm here to wake up your soul.
Yeah.
And I shall be in the boutique if you have any questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Amy. I really think I needed that, especially this week.
Yeah, good. Well, you have to join me anytime. I mean, I'm here 3 times a week. I really am here all the time.
Yeah. And it's every session is always totally different.
And like I said, usually like a Thursday, I would say Thursday night, and I went to sleep at like probably 10 minutes into it. If I stay like right here, I can just kind of go way back. But something like tonight, I wasn't able to. But it's just different every time. But usually it's just like restorative now.
Well, I kept needing to cough, and I'm like, I can't do that to these ladies, but I couldn't get my deep breath in because I was trying not
It
to cough.
happens. It happens. It happens.
Yeah, that's just.
A friend of mine that came here on Thursday with me, she had never been here, and she said, she asked Rebecca, she's like, why does everything hurt right now? And she's like, because she brought up some past trauma stuff. I mean, not on purpose.
Because it's
Oh, I
trying
can-
to work its way out.
Exactly.
I've been crying.
So
That's what
what-
happened.
yeah.
Both my parents died back to back, and one of them is this coming Friday morning. And that's where I kept going. I kept going like I was angry, just angry.
I went through really hard emotions. My dad, coming up, your birthday weekend is the same week that my dad died 7 years ago, but it took me a long time during those years, the first few years especially, processing the emotion of it. It's weird now looking back, but it is a lot of anger and a lot of, you have to figure out how not to be mad at other people even when they have really great relationships with their parents and still have their
you get
parents.
resentful.
But you can't let that happen
But,
to you.
Uh,
You have to work through all those emotions so you're not resentful. But it took me a while to figure out how to process it. And I tried multiple different facets and multiple different ways. And finally, the only way to process it is really just,
you gotta get in there and dig into it.
you
I've been
have to talk about
in
it. You
intense
have
therapy
to-
2 times a week for 2 years.
I can't believe
I'd like
it's
to
been
say I'm
7
finally
years.
there.
I know, but you
I
know
thought
what?
it was.
Losing a parent, I can honestly say, I've had a lot of big things happen in my life. And some things other people would say were way more trauma filled or way more traumatic. I still think losing my dad was probably the worst thing
That's
I've
the
ever
most
been
traumatic
through.
thing. Me too, but I found mine on the floor, so it was just, there's a lot to it.
You
but-
just have to figure out what helps you process it. I still to this day wear a sweater that was my dad's. And it's way too big for me. And now it's really way too big for me.
And it no longer has a smell, but you still wear it.
I still wear
Yeah,
it
me
and
too.
I still think about him every single time. But I find now it brings me joy. And there's other things that bring me joy that I link to him. And you'll find the same thing. It doesn't matter whether you're 10, whether you're 5,
Yeah.
or whether you're
70. Yeah, when
Losing a
you're-
parent, it's the first person that ever loved you or taught you how to love or taught you like really important things in life. And so I think that's why it's so hard.
Well, I raged, and then when the wind chime started, a tear trickled down.
Did
my
you
eye.
know, when people pass, wind chimes are a gift that people give to people to remember their parent. I had a client that gave me a wind chime when my dad died, and he still hangs at my house.
My mom had wind chimes all in her backyard. And before I would have told, are these supposed to be levels?
Yeah.
I think so.
Good.
Before
Yeah.
I would have thought that a bad memory, but it was a good memory. I don't know. I feel like I've been in therapy.
You have
That's
been.
good.
I feel like
You
I'm in
have
therapy.
Thing.
You've been in.
I might could go home and not fight with my husband tonight.
Well, that won't happen. Hey, you have been. You've been in sound therapy. That is what this is. I mean,
Yeah,
it is sound.
I might start coming with you.
I wish you would. Because the more you come, the more you can relax.
Can really get into it.
Yes.
And you know,
And it's even kind of cool when you're sleepy.
But
You know,
now I'd like to know what it was that did that.
you know, I never know. I don't know.
I wanted to peek so bad.
Yeah, I
you know what it sounds like to me.
I
You know
won't
those
tell
things
you.
that the kids
I won't tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
It
You know
looks-
those
it
things
looks
the
kinda-
kids have that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like one of those Crocodile Dundee, like
Yeah. That's kind of
But
what
yeah,
I envisioned.
people ask all the time, like, "What is this and what is this?" I'm like, "I won't tell you." I'm like, "You
I know,
gotta
I
leave
like
some
not
of the,
knowing.
you gotta leave some of the magic." For sure.